Welcome to my YouTube video, info by Matt Coe. I'm glad you're here. In this video, we're going to provide a tutorial or a walkthrough to take your existing podcast RSS and we're going to submit it over into Pandora, and these are the primary steps in order to do that. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is go into the pandora.com on the account, and you're going to do a sign up, and then you're going to register basically the email that you want to go under. I've already started on this as well, so you're going to create a password with that particular email, and you're going to go ahead and do a sign up. Once you are in, you'll basically see the Pandora platform on the collections, browse, etc. And of course, they'll offer you an upgrade. That is the first step. The second step is you're going to go over into the actual Pandora, another website for the podcasters themselves. And here you're going to ampplab.com, and you'll hit the Get Started button. Once you hit the Get Started button, it will take you to the next page, and it will request two things from you. It will request you to log in with your Pandora's account that you just created under the registry, and then you can actually put your RSS feed in here. Personally, I happen to have started with Anchor, so that is the RSS that I'm going to put in, and then you choose Next. At this point in time, it's going to pull in the current content and references to that, which is kind of nice. You don't have to repeat all these constantly. So at this point, the podcast basics with your title, your summary that it pulls in from the RSS feed, but then of course it'll ask you to categorize in what your podcast is all about. So we'll go ahead and go through those. So let's look at a couple of these required fields that we need to fill out. So the playback order, you have two options: episodic, meaning it stands on its own per episode, and serial, it is a continuation of a storyline. The freshness is required, evergreen, and timely. Evergreen essentially means that whatever your content is, it can be viewed all year long without any worries that that content's going to change. Or timely, meaning that you're going to have these episodes, example, per week on a newscast that's always going to be changing. And your branding is a requirement of yes and no. I view this as a branding as far as, are you promoting a specific brand? The downloads, on the average download per episode, they want to know is basically how many are you currently providing out per month. And then the total downloads are required in the last 12 months. So try to give that as a option as far as the availability or an idea, roughly. At the end of here, you all get the podcast social feeds, and this is also kind of nice where you can put in your additional URLs in order to provide those out. Once you fill in all of the information that you have currently with the expectation, go ahead and hit Next, and if you miss anything at all, it will pop you back up and say, yo, this is required. The following page indicates that you have your podcast owner information, and essentially this is just a ability for them to contact you. And then the following page is basically all the license agreements in regards to what they're going to use with your content, with your podcast, and of course you have to abide by and submit. After you do all the requirements, it'll say congratulations, it's been submitted to Pandora. allowing 4 to 6 weeks for the team to review your submission, which basically means it's not a guarantee. Alright, cool. We did a podcast submission. They'll receive a notification if the submission is approved, and we're currently in review. If you have more than one, of course, you can submit those as well. But at this point in time, this is basically how you end up putting in a submission for Pandora.